Okay, this is what it looks like in what level I'm in medium detail right now. Okay, so this is coarse. Okay, it looks the same. This is medium, looks the same. It's just a simple extrusion, right? Um, and actually, I think it's an extrusion with a void chamfering it because it kind of tapers at the bottom. But it's basically an extrusion. And then here's fine. Okay. And what it swaps in there, like let's select this and let's turn on realistic. See if the textures were preserved. Okay. Kind of. You can sort of see them in there, right? If you turn off the edges, it's going to look even better. Like, so the edges muddy it up a little bit. Oh, sorry. I keep looking for dialogues that are on the other screen.
What? How
Um,
did you model that?
I didn't. Okay. That's the beauty of this. This is a feature they added to Revit a couple of years ago. This is an OBJ file.
Ah,
So this came from the point cloud. You grab a chunk of the point cloud, right? You do it. It's called the limit box here in Recap, right? So you chunk it out, and then you take that the little like here's the whole thing, right? And actually, this one I might have had a higher quality because when they demolished, like there's that thing right there, right? Now there's not enough resolution in that point cloud to do what I'm describing. Okay, but you could if this is all you had was the point cloud, you could do that. So you make a limit box around that object, and then over here there's an option to turn it into a mesh, and you can either do it in the cloud, it costs cloud credits, or you can do it locally on your local hard drive. The cloud one I like better. Okay, but it does cost credits. And the other nice thing is it does it in the cloud, so it frees up your machine while it's working. I hope the local gets better over time, but right now I don't think it's there yet. Anyway, whoops, sorry. Um, that will process and then it will send you an OBJ file, okay, which is a mesh model instead of a solid model, and it's going to have a bajillion little triangles. Now, it literally had a bajillion little triangles. The one you're seeing here in Revit is decimated 98%. So 98% of the triangles were removed, and it still looks pretty damn good, right? So you can imagine how many triangles were in there in the original before I decimated it. But the Autodesk said this is way too big. You gotta make this smaller because like literally Snowden Towers was like twice as big just because of these two keystones. And they were like, no, we can't ship a sample model with that. So I had to decimate it, but it
okay,
still
so
looks
so
okay.
that's the decimated version.
This is the decimated version. Yeah. Um,
And so interesting. So that's part of the family, or is that
it's
directly
part
in
of
the
the
model?
family. Yeah.
Okay.
So if I open this family, okay, um, let's see, it's nested inside of there. So I'm gonna edit that family and probably nest it again. Um, so sorry for all the nesting. Okay. So in here, this is just the OBJ, right? Just bring it in and place it where you want it to go. It's face based, right?
And how
So
heavy
that,
is this specific family?
say it again.
How heavy is this specific family?
This one, I don't know. Let's save it to the hard drive or to the desktop, and I forget how big it is. Uh,
And Amelia is asking if it can also store a texture JPEG.
yes, I think we lost the textures here. So it, the OBJ will come across textured usually, and so unfortunately, they looks like they got lost. So when you go to realistic shading, it would show the textures if they're there. The OBJ files format supports textures. So because it went from my hard drive to Autodesk and then, through different versions, you can imagine eventually, referenced files like that get lost. And then over here, you can see the simple version, right? There's the void and there's the extrusion, right? And what you do is you just select it and for the visibility, um, where is it? Right here, you just say this one shows in coarse and medium only, right? And then the OBJ one is, come on, there, right? That one, you go to the visibility and you say that one's fine only, right? And that's the secret sauce. So that's how you're able to have a really simple version when most of the time, but when you want to zoom in and do a rendering, you can get the detailed version. And I could have done that all over the facade. I just did it in this one place just to basically say, again, to show the feature. You can do this. This is available. This is something you can do. It's built into Revit. You don't need to do anything special. Now, getting back to here, it was not actually done from the point cloud. Um, when they demolished these buildings, they salvaged several chunks of architectural detailing. You know, you see those in architectural salvage shops. And so the team that did the scan actually went around and did it with photogrammetry. So photogrammetry is a different process where you use your camera and you take pictures from all different angles, and then you create a 3D object of that. That's how this guy. That's how this guy's created. Okay, so this is a 3D print that was created, you know, photogrammetry, right? You take a bunch of photos all the way around, and then it gets processed into a 3D model. This is a mesh model, and then you just you know, you could do whatever you want with it. You can bring it into Revit, or you could 3D print it, right, or anything else. So mesh modeling is a totally different animal, right? But not that's not what Revit does natively. But I'm glad that it does support now nested OBJ files. That's definitely a step in the right direction. It needs more. Like, you can't really do much other than the visibility with it. There's really not else. You can't even scale it, right? You see how the scale's not available. So you've got to bring it in the size it is, and it'll ask you what units it was created in when it comes in. And if you choose wrong, it'll be the wrong size. You got to do it again. So it's a little annoying, but it's definitely doable.
To watch the rest of this video, enroll in the BIM Pure membership and unlock the full back catalog of more than 35 live masterclasses replays with various Revit and BIM experts. Join now at bimpure.com.